an alarming shortage of African American and Black medical students and doctors in the U.S. A new kids' picture book being released this month hopes to help create change by inspiring kids to consider a career in medicine. This book is the brainchild of Dana Dornsife, founder and chief mission and strategy officer at the Lazarus Cancer Foundation, and Corman Bogan is the book's author. Both are here to talk about it this morning. Good morning, ladies. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is so nice to have you both on the show. And by the way, Willis Watson is a wannabe. What a great read. Congratulations, Corman, on this amazing book.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, Dana, let's start off with you. The book is called, like I said, Willis Watson is a wannabe. Where did the idea for it come from?
Well, it has a very interesting origin. I was speaking to a friend of mine who lives in Philadelphia. We do a lot of work with Lazarus Cancer Foundation in Philadelphia. And he mentioned one of the barriers for the African American Black community in relation to equitable access to medicine is having, a doctor who looks like you and, feeling comfortable speaking to a doctor who looks like you, and that there was just such a gross shortage of African American doctors and medical students seeking to become doctors. And I, through an affiliation with another organization, had read a book that Carmen did about a young African American boy who was uncomfortable being out in nature, but went on a class trip and found that he loved it, and it like opened up the whole new world for him. So when Glenn Ellis mentioned this challenge, I thought, wow, this would be an amazing opportunity. If I could get Carmen Bogan to write a book about a young African American child who might believe they could become a medical doctor if they were, exposed to the right things and situations, and the whole concept of, if you can see it, you can be it, right? So I did not know Carmen, but I did know her publicist, and I contacted, through her, I contacted Carmen, and what started out as a half an hour conversation turned into a 2.5 hour conversation. And literally that's how Willis Watson was born.
Well, Dana, I cannot wait for so many kids to read this book. They will see themselves within this and know that they can accomplish and be whoever they want to be in life. And Carmen, coming to you, when Dana approached you to write this book, what was your reaction?
Well, to be honest, my first reaction was, this person can't be Rodney, because the first book is called Where's Rodney? So we have to create a whole new character. And this character has to speak directly to this issue. And that's how I started thinking about this whole thing. And I landed on this term that plagued me when I was a child. And that term was wannabe. I arrived at that because when I was in elementary school, middle school, and even high school, I grew up in Compton. And it, as you know, is and was an under-resourced community. So kids would look around, and really, many of them, I'm not going to say all of them, but many of them would not aspire to do great things. Because when they looked around, they really didn't see this as a reality for them. When a child, as I was, would say, I'm going to be a lawyer, or I'm going to be a writer, or whatever, they would call me a wannabe. Now, that narrative, I must say, for kids at that time was really protective. It was protective of their emotions because they thought that they would most likely fail if they aspired to do something like that. And so that's where the idea of Willis Watson is a wannabe came from.
Very well said, Corman. Now, coming back to you, Diana, why a kid's book? It's an interesting extension of your advocacy work in the cancer space, which up until now has focused on reimbursing patients for travel expenses to clinical trials and increasing cancer resources in underserved communities.
Gosh, since its inception, Lazarex has been focused on removing barriers, right?
Hmm.
Addressing cancer health disparities, improving cancer health outcomes for all segments of our population, creating equitable access to the medical resources and services that everyone needs in order to navigate their cancer journey, right?
Hmm.
And so this inherently is another barrier, right? It's another extension, another reason why the African American Black community is so plagued by cancer, right? So it was a natural opportunity for us to do a deep dive and really say, hey, we can do better. This is another barrier that we can address and potentially remove. And initially I thought, gosh, if only we could catch, kids when they're in high school, right? And they're thinking about going to college and, before they're taking their SATs and everything, right? And then I thought, well, no, because by then these seeds are already planted in their mind, right? So I thought,
Hmm.
okay, well, maybe middle school, right? Maybe middle school's the way to go, right? And
Get
I
them a little
started,
younger.
right, yeah. And I started thinking about myself in middle school, and I thought, gosh, we already had our cliques, and we already had our friends, and
Hmm.
and our ideas about what life had in store for us. Many of us did, right?
Right.
So I thought, okay, we're gonna have to go back to, second, third, fourth grade, where we really have the opportunity to make an impression on
Hmm.
young African American Black students and give them the opportunity to dream and to be it, right? And
Hmm.
if I had my way, Noah, we would be able to develop an entire program around this opportunity where we can mentor these
Hmm.
students, right? And not only give them the opportunity to be dreamers, but to actually have the opportunity to achieve, right?
I love
And so that's my end game with this
Mm.
book.
I love that. That is very, very well said, Dana. Dana for president. No, I'm
I
kidding.
know Dana makes me cry. Don't make me cry on camera, Dana.
Now, coming back to you, Corman, just looking at the cover art of the book, why did you make the main character an African American boy as opposed to a girl?
Well, aside from the project, I get a chance. I am really blessed to talk to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And in terms of the messaging for them, it doesn't make a difference whether it's a boy who is the main character
Hmm.
or a girl. And I can say that from experience because the book Where's Rodney was about a boy. And some of Rodney's greatest fans are girls because they see themselves in the same situation.
Hmm.
I thought about this, and one of the things that's interesting is that I think that a lot of adults don't understand how pensive children are.
Hmm.
They are deep little human beings,
They're so
and
smart, those little kids.
they are so, you know what? They're the smartest ones on the planet. And when I have school visits, I talk to them, and what they would see and what they will clue in on is the fact that it's important to want to be,
Hmm.
regardless of who you are, regardless of whether you're male or female, regardless of whether you live in a rich neighborhood or an under-resourced neighborhood. That's what the kids will see. And I often learn a lot about my own characters by asking questions of these children.
Hmm.
And I am convinced that the girls and their mothers and their fathers will show them that they are part of the story and that they could be whatever they want to be as well.
Well, what a beautiful conversation. It's been so nice to have you ladies on the show. Willis Watson is a Wannabe, will be released February 27th. Find it everywhere that books are sold. And you guys, to learn more about the Lazarex Cancer Foundation, visit lazarex.org. Thank you, ladies. Y'all take care. Y'all
Thank
have a
you,
lovely
Noah.
day.
Thank you, Noah. You
Have
as
a good
well.
one.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
My pleasure.
Bye.